Growing up, I was always told na I looked exactly like my dad and I acted like him. Manang-mana daw talaga ako sa tatay ko. Hindi ko lang nakuha ang mata niya. Pero I also got his competitiveness and his stubbornness. Pero he was always more matigas ng ulo kaysa sa akin. He was my inspiration in most of the things in life. I always looked up to him. He taught me how to walk. He taught me how to speak. And he also taught me how to be my own person. And now that he's gone, I hold all of those memories close to my heart. Being my dad, he was the only person who could ever cheer me up when I was sad. Kasi I'm also moody and I'm a teenager, so I was always crying. And he would always tell me to not worry, and at least I tried my best, and I can always try again. I still remember all of our deep talks. My weekly chismes with my dad were my favorite things. It was always me telling him about my life, my highlights, my problems, my dreams, and even my love life. He knew all about it. Everything and anything, he would always listen to me. I have a lot of great memories of my dad. Like, he would always cheer me up if I felt sad, especially if I wasn't pleased with my academic results. He would always tell me about this. He would always say the same exact story to me. He would tell me about how he was about to take his master's, I think. And he was very scared because he was going to take the exam with people who were already lawyers, people who were already, succeeded in life, and he felt like he wasn't as great as them. But when he got his results, he was top. He was top of everybody else, and I always use that as motivation, that even if I don't think I'm as great as everybody else, I'm the only person that could believe in myself, and he was the other person to cheer me up if I wasn't able to succeed my expectations. And if you knew my dad, he was a very opinionated man. He was also slightly rude to people because of his opinions. I would always go to him for my opinions. He would read my essays for school, and then he would get mad at me because ang dami ko dang mistakes. And he would see my outfit, and he would end up giving me a new outfit because hindi daw bagay yung mga color. And he would always tell me to look classy because he was my father. And not only that, he was the person that made me fall in love with one of my biggest interests, and that is music. I loved singing ever since I was 2. Even though I didn't know how to talk, I knew the rhythm and the melody, and he would guide me. And as I grew up, he introduced me to more music, which eventually grew into my love for music. He would sing with me and sometimes even play the piano or guitar while I sing. He seriously shaped me as a person. And me and my dad are both people who enjoyed silence. We don't really love to talk to people that we don't know. But if we do, we laugh very loud, and we always get complaints about that. And most of the time, when it's just me and my dad in the house, we would just sit in each other's company and do our own things. He is the best man in my life and definitely raised my standards in everything. And he told me to never settle for less. And he would make jokes about papatayin niya daw yung pinakaunang boyfriend ko kasi he was always going to be my first love. At pagpangit daw, he would rise from the dead and he would haunt me for the rest of my life. In the past 14 years, he's been such a great father to me and played as a father figure to other people as well. He would always bother my friends, and he would ask my friends if they already have a boyfriend. And when I was not in the room, he would ask my friends if I had a crush. And my friends, being snitches, they would tell him I had a crush, and he would make fun of me afterwards. And I hope every single one of you here are left with only good memories of my dad, like the ones I have of him. And please continue to think greatly of my dad. For he was a man who only treated people with kindness, love, and respect. He was truly one of a kind, and he was such a great man. He lived well, and He raised me well in His remaining years. I'm more than glad that I get to say He's my dad. And I thank the Lord for giving Him to me as my father. And lastly, my dad's name, as all of you know, is Virtus, which is the Latin translation of the word virtue. He always told me to live a life of virtue. So I will follow my dad's words, and I hope all of you will live a life of virtue like he did.
We thank you for your services. We thank you for the opportunity to have met you as our Mista, as our brother in arms. And all of us will pray for the repose of your soul.
We are saddened by this separation, this temporary separation. But what it takes for us to really be together again is by acquiring, asking everyone here to be part of the family, part of Virtus family. For all of us are his family henceforth.
From the class of 1971, we really appreciate the caring that you have shown for Virtus, the love that you have shown for Virtus, and for everything you have done and will continue to do for Virtus. And from us, as I said, the class of 1971, we take care of our own.
We must never say goodbye. We must continue to carry him in our hearts where anytime we can reconnect with him. We can embrace him again, touch him, dream with him, laugh with him, cry with him. Because Virtus, as member of Class 71, as dear as he is to us, as imperfect as he is, represented or represents to us the future of our children, the flag, and he continues to be a mirror of what we all are.
Mok or Virtus, pakikamusta mo na lang kami sa ating tatay, nanay, Ate Eva, Kuya Pungpong, Kuya Pukpok. Hanggang sa muli nating pagkikita, plus please be patient. Bago tayo magkita, baka mga 20 years pa mahigit.
Virtus, Mista, thank you for all the things that you have done for our class. You were once the president of our class. Salamat. We'll see each other again. Hopefully, not soon. And we will pray for that. And again, what can I say? Virtus, we commend you to the Lord. Salamat.
As a member of the Philippine Red Cross of the Rizal chapter, he was actively involved in the chapter's programs and services, and I was then the chapter administrator. I've also worked with him with our former Rotary Club, which was the Rotary Club of East Rizal. So he was also a past president of the Rotary Club, which was the Rotary Club of East Rizal. I would like to remember him as a person who has lived his life well and who has served his country well.
Ever since then, nung nakuha ko tong tie na to, every time na kailangan ko mag-tie, ito yung tie na gamit ko. So ito yung parang isang thing na nasa akin yung binigay sa akin, and one thing that always remind me of him. And suot ko siya, pag suot ko siya parate, kasama ko siya. Through this always, I will always remember you.
Thank you for being the father that I wanted and needed for 28 years. You cared and provided for us. I wanted to emulate everything that you did. Coming from humble beginnings in Angono to becoming the second highest cup in the country. No goodbyes, but tata for now. Rest in peace, Dad. My idol, my real life superman. I miss you and I love you.
Thank you for being a good example of someone who went after the things that made them happy. I know I live my life always choosing happiness, choosing who and what makes me happy, yet being mindful that my decisions would make the people around me happy as well. Thank you for teaching me that I should never settle for anything less than butterflies when it comes to love. That I should be with a man who will guide me to become the best version of myself.
Mga pinuno at kawan, tubig naman.
Is presented to you on behalf of a grateful nation as a token of appreciation for the honorable and faithful services rendered by this country.
Nagpapasalamat ang puso ko sa pagbukas niya sa amin, ng tahanan niya sa amin. Mamimiss kita, General, na andyan ka na nagpapayo sa akin. Andyan ka na sinasabi mo kung gaano ako kaganda, sinasabi mo kung gaano ako kabait, na I deserve more, na dapat hindi ko maliit yung sarili ko, na dapat ilaban ko yung sarili ko. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng magagandang payo mo sa amin.
Nagpapasalamat po ko sa mga itinuro niya sa amin, lalo na kapag magkakasama kami, sa mga sinasabi niya sa amin about sa buhay, mga pangaral niya sa amin, lalo na sa mga katulad ng beauty queen na single mother, lagi niya kaming pinapangaralan. Lagi din siyang nandyan para sa amin, lalo na sa kanyang may bahay na si Madam Mitzi. Maraming salamat sa iyo, General. Hindi ka po namin makakalimutan sa lahat po ng mga magagandang alaala na kasama ka po namin.
Sa mga mission namin, nandun po siya. Lagi siyang nakasupport kay Mother Queen Mitzi Hell. And then po, at maraming salamat po sa mga payo niyo na binibigay sa amin, na sa mga queen. Nang dahil po sa inyo at marami kaming natutunan sa inyo, sa mga payo niyo. At maraming salamat din kay Ma'am Mitzi Hill, kasi po kung hindi sa kanya, hindi kami nabuo ang Queen Foundation.
Thank you sa memories. Thank you po dahil lagi ka pong nandyan para sa amin. Maraming salamat po sa lahat. Don't worry, kami na po bahala kay Precious at kay Queen Mitzi.
Have a sweet rest po to Ninong. Ma'am Mitzi, we're here as your second family.
thank you sa mga advices and guidance na binigay mo sa amin. Yun laging sinasabi mo sa amin ni Bel na never settle for less, ganyan, na mamimili kami ng guy na pipiliin namin sa future namin and all. Then, thank you din dun sa mga memories na na-build namin with you. Yung pag-smile mo every time na papasok kami sa unit mo. Tapos lalokohin mo kami na, uy, pumapayat ka na, or uy, tumaba ka ulit, mga ganon. Then yung isang favorite moment ko with you is yung nagluto tayo ng breakfast nung pabound kami to Cebu noon. And sobrang napaka-down to earth mo, Jen, and napaka-gentleman mo din. And thank you for everything. And maaasahan mo po na hindi namin iiwan si Precious tsaka si Queen Mother. And we will always stay with them.
So thank you so much talaga sa lahat ng ano mo sa amin. At nandito ka sa puso namin palagi. At sobrang nanghihinayang talaga ako dahil sa ikli nating pagsasama. Yun na sana yun bigla kang nawala Nasashock talaga kami kasi kasama ka pa namin nung Friday. Tapos yung Sunday, Tuesday, wala ka na. So biglang nakakashock. Ang daming plano sana para sa darating na mga event kaso wala na. Pero don't worry, andito kami para kay Mother Queen.
We're very proud na nakilala ka namin, and you are a very down-to-earth person and very kind. Yun yung hindi natin dear, no? So, kami ni Leia as friend ni Mitch since college, ayan, nandito lang kami para to support yung naiwanan mong family, pati si Precious. Yan. Thank you. We are very grateful to know you.
Ako naman, Jen, salamat sa lahat, sa family mo, kay Mitch at saka kay Precious. Salamat. At lagi mo pong gabayan ang iyong mag-ina. Andito lang din naman po kami sa kanila, mga friends. At saka, wag na po kayong mag-alala. Rest in peace. At saka, salamat sa lahat.
I cannot thank you enough for all the help that you have given me and to my kids. Sobrang mahal kita. Parang ikaw na yung naging second father ko. Kahit gano'n ko kapasaway, you're always there for me. Ikaw yung tao na, you're the man of integrity. Sobrang napaka-humble mo, sobra kang, grabe, everybody is welcome. Ikaw lang yung tao na sobrang taas ng posisyon mo. Pero pagdating sa amin, ng mga kaibigan ni My Love, sobra kang welcome sa amin. Pero hindi alam ng lahat na sobra ka palang hanggang ngayon, Ninong. Sobra kaming proud sa'yo na nakita namin na yung mga matataas na mga official andito. Sobra kanilang mahal, sobra kanilang respeto. So, we are very grateful na isa kami sa mga taong minahal mo at inalagaan. More than half of my life is nandyan ka. Ginabayan mo ako, kahit mga anak ko. And si Strong, gabayan mo, Ninong. Alam ko na sana siya yung susunod na sa yapak mo. And hindi ko alam kung bakit sa akin ka nagpakita. Sorry kung natakot ako sa'yo. Hindi ko alam kung ano man yung gusto mong iparating. Pero Ninong, we're always here for My Love and Precious. And sana ipagdasal mo yung peace and yung kapayapaan ng lahat. And sa amin, palagi mo kaming gabayan, Ninong.